Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. I was asked about this topic, and I think it's a topic that is worth talking about. So, where do I think you should place your money on DraftKings if you are going to place bets? So, there is two things people reference when talking about daily fantasy sports. They talk about cash games and they talk about GPPs. So I just want to briefly explain the difference. So a cash game consists of the multipliers, 50-50s and double ups, and head to heads. So what is a multiplier? So a multiplier, if you join the 10 times booster, the top 5 wins 50. So if you deposit 5 and you finish in the top 5, you win 50. These are very tricky tournaments to play in. If you bet $2, the top 10 win $20. Out of 118, you have to place pretty high to win the multipliers. You're not really going to be able to have a bad night and win the multipliers. These are pretty hard to win, I'd say, but very lucrative if you know how to play DFS and you have a good night on DFS. Then there is double ups and 50-50s. So let me just $1 double up. So if there is 200 people, then 1 through 100 wins. So 50% of the league will just about double their money. So if you bet 1 and you finish in the top 50%, you win money. So since there is 200 people in this league, 1 through 100 would win the double up. Head to head is pretty much the same idea, except it's against only one other person. So if you win, you beat one person, you double up your money. And then there is the tournaments. There is a ton of tournaments. And if you play tournaments, you will see there is a prize structure. So first place gets 4,000, second place gets 2,500, 27th through 41st gets 150, and so on and so forth. This is a style of play that promotes, contrarian picks and good plays. And the head-to-heads and the 50-50 double-ups, you really don't have to be contrarian and make different plays. As long as you have a high score and rank in the top half of the league, you can win money. So now to get to the question, where do I place my money? If I'm placing bets, I recommend doing 50-50s. I think 50-50s are the best place to put your money. Why? Greatest odds of winning. You have a 50% chance that you win and a 50% chance that you don't win. See, I am a very boring gambler. I just like to put my money where it has the best odds to win. I'm not really looking to strike big on one or two lineups. I'm willing to sit through it the whole season and keep playing where my odds are the best. Multipliers are good too. I don't really play a lot of multipliers. Multipliers are very hard to win, and I don't win a lot of multipliers, so I don't bet it. I find multipliers to be the hardest to cash in on, just because there is such a low percentage of the league that wins. So if you're asking me, I'd say stay out of multipliers. I'd say I play about 90% 50/50s and maybe 10% tournaments. Now, I just want to tell you some things you should look for in a tournament. The first thing being is how much of the prize pool goes to first place. Typically, if more than 10% of the overall prize pool goes to first place, I stay out of that league. It is a very top heavy league, and I don't like that. So if 10% or less is going to first place, I think that is a solid tournament to play. So if you look at the 500,000 New Year's Toast, 100,000 of that is going towards first place, 40 is going towards second place. And even when you get to the bottom, 86 to 110th wins 200. 111 to 140 wins 150. It is a pretty balanced prize pool throughout. So that's what you want to look for when playing in these types of tournaments. A nice balanced prize pool. Like prizes in this tournament is 40,000, and only 4,000 is going to first. So that means there's a higher trickle down effect going to the rest of the league. So you can finish 400 to 800 and still get $25. You could still double your money by having a pretty bad night. So that is the prize structure that I look for. I'm either playing in a 50/50 or double up, or a tournament where 10% or less is going to first place. You also want to be careful of multi-entry leagues. I don't recommend entering multi-entry leagues unless you have the cash to enter 2 or 3 lineups. I would say stay to single entry leagues if you have a lower bankroll. So yeah, that's where I like to place my money. Stay out of multipliers, play tons of 50/50s and heads to heads. Tournaments, play the occasional tournament. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one.